You're listening to the Decentralized Talk podcast, your crypto connection.
Decentralized Talk. Decentralized Talk.
All right. Welcome, Decent, to another outstanding episode of the Decentralized Talk podcast. This is now our 30th weekly show in production. We got a special show for you guys today. Don't forget to like us on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Google Music. We're adding thousands of listeners every month. Right now, we're averaging like 40 minutes of listening time per session, which is pretty badass. It's about an hour-long show, so that means it's about 20 minutes before you guys get sick of us. So we appreciate that. We're growing out there like a digital weed, not like digital weed.
Who doesn't like weed?
Right, like a digital weed, just for clarification. So we started a partnership with coinedify.com. It's got news and information. It's aggregated from all around the web to kind of put it all in one place for you. And then we also have unique articles from other crypto influencers out there around cyberspace and in the media. Today, we got a special treat for you guys. We got Epic Coin, we got Crypto Marif, and we got Crypto Love It from Twitter. And that's our chief executive and our project manager from the Epic Coin. So without further ado, let's get started with the interview. All right, guys, welcome to the show. We got Crypto Marif and we got Crypto Love It here in the house representing Epic Coin. And we're real happy to have you guys in here. So we appreciate you guys being on the show and taking the time to spend with us. I know it's not easy to make this type of time to do a show, but I think it's important for the community to be able to get as many different exposure events as possible to hear you guys in real time and hear you answer, I think, pretty much basic questions. We're just going to find out a little bit about who you are and what you guys do today. And so without further ado, Marif, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself as chief executive and let me know what you do with the project and a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. How's it going? Thanks for having us on here. I am the Crypto Marif. I'm from the United States. Been in crypto for a couple of years now. Got super heavy into it later on, later on last year. The giant bull run we had, and kind of rolled it up and also wrote it down. But about I would say probably back in March, I was contacted by the founder of Epic Coin to come on and help out with the Discord and help create the coin and work on the project itself, like with the white paper and all of that. And over time, I've just moved up the ranks, moved to project manager, and now I'm the chief executive officer since the founder has decided to step down to work on his local businesses in Malaysia. But basically, I just everything and anything, from as far as content exchanges, working on marketing, working on partnerships, working with the developers to continue updates with the wallets, with the coin itself, with the platforms, with the projects and all that stuff too.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Love it. What you got for us?
Yeah, mate. So I'm over in Western Australia. I started in crypto. Haven't been in very long. I started in December 2017, just before we had that massive run. Quite like Crypto Marif, I invested in a few nice little coins and they popped off. They went really well. I rode them all the way up to the top, and because I was green with crypto, didn't really know how the exchanges worked or how to move crypto around properly. I decided to just keep on hodling, and subsequently we had that big drop-off or slow drop-off with Bitcoin, and then the market came down. So I rode it all the way up to the top and then rode it all the way down to where we are now. So, yeah, I started off with Epic as just like an investor, jumped into their Telegram and Discord, and I liked what they were doing. I liked the platform that they were bringing out. So I reached out to the Crypto Merif and became just like a Telegram admin. I just started trying to build the community. I like to get the community involved, and I like to try and to build the community up, because with all these crypto projects that you have, if you don't have a solid foundation, if you don't have a solid community, then your project won't do well at all. You could have the marketing capacity and the the funds of like XRP or Bitcoin Cash, but if you don't have a strong community, then your project will eventually fail. So for me, I've taken on the role as the sort of like the project manager and the project manager and community manager. So I've pretty much taken over Crypto Merif's old role. But the main thing for me is I want to ensure that our community is always taken care of. I like to I just like to make sure that the answers or the questions that are asked by the community, I just want to make sure that we get them answered. I just want to keep on keep our project fully transparent. No smoke and mirrors. I don't like I don't like when developers don't talk to the community and stuff like that. So yeah, so my main goal is to keep the community happy and to support the Crypto Merif in decisions that he makes, and also suggest different things for the project to help us to increase our visibility as well as increase our community sentiment.
Yeah, that's awesome. And with you guys being on different parts of the globe, assuming it is a globe,
Flat.
Flatlanders.
Versus flat.
Different sides of the disc.
Different sides of the disc. You guys being on different sides of the planet, I imagine that probably helps in your different groups, because you guys can kind of take the AM and the PM shift, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whenever
We're going to bed, he's getting up, and vice versa. So got just about 24-hour coverage.
Yeah, you brought up a good point too. Transparency, being able to talk to the community is pretty important. We've been trying to get Satoshi Nakamoto on the show for a long time, and I don't know why, but he just will not contact us back. I don't know what's going on there. So
yeah,
not a big
good luck with that one.
Satoshi at gmail.com keeps coming back.
Keeps bouncing back.
Return to sender.
Yeah, and invalid. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. We're talking about Australia, not to get too far off topic, but apparently you guys have some kind of a frog infestation right now.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, we've got we've got the cane toad. Cane toad's hopping around. It started off in Queensland, and it's worked its way over to WA, which is unfortunate. We like to try and keep the East Coast and the West Coast separate. We don't like to mingle too much.
Oh yeah, West Side for life.
We've got a zebra mussel problem here in the States.
Oh yeah, specifically in Texas, zebra mussels. Yeah, they are a big issue here.
Oh, Heston, Heston was saying earlier before the show, he was talking about how I guess there's video online that these frogs are becoming such a big problem that people are just, I guess there's a guy whose job it is to drive around and hit them with cars.
Yeah. We do that in Australia. We don't just target cane toads. We pretty much anything on the roads. Game for us.
Get out of the way. I mean.
Yeah, in College Station in Texas, there's a husband and wife team. They drive around and they have a fake shotgun, and there's a bird, just like there's grackle birds that infest all the trees on campus at the Texas A&M campus. And it's just a guy and his wife. And
true story. Yeah.
It's true. And they drive around in this shitty car, and they stick a shotgun with blanks out the window. They don't even get out of their car. And they just fire these shotguns off to scare all these birds away, and it just keeps them from kind of settling in the area, and it's kind of like a non-lethal way to get them. Honestly, I'd rather they hit them with their car.
I remember the first time I was at the mall, and they were driving through the mall parking lot, and I just heard shotgun shots. Like, what the hell? What is going on here?
So one thing I think that is not under control, certainly, is blockchain, right? And the freedom of individuals to be able to use currency the way that they see fit and grow it based on their own individual preferences. And I know that that's something that Epic specifically addresses from a decentralization perspective. So can you guys talk a little bit about what drew you to Epic to begin with? Did you come to it from or I guess let's start with this. What drew you guys to crypto to begin with? And Mara, if you can go ahead and start off.
Okay. I think the biggest thing for me is that, you don't have to be known in the crypto world to buy and sell. I know it's frustrating with banks. If you're trying to send money to someone, it takes forever to do it, and you get all these freaking fees, and it's just outrageous how they have so much control over it. And I think that the beautiful thing about crypto is that it's it's peer to peer and it's instant. I know that it's not exactly stable at the moment, but I do feel like in time it will be stable. So I think that's what kind of drew me to crypto. Just, also to the money. It's crazy how much gains you can make in crypto. Just look at the bull run. We went from like what, $1,000 at the beginning of 2018 to 20K at the end of it. It's absurd at what you can do in it. But I think the biggest thing that drew me to it was just get away from banks and just bring it back to the people. The people control it, not the government.
Hell yes, love it. What you got?
Yeah, so for me, I at the start, initially it's always been about the Benjamins, about the dollars, but I invested quite heavily in the ASX, Australian Stock Exchange, and invested in a lot of different companies. And I was, I wasn't happy with the 1% and 2% gains per year on the stocks that I held. So I decided to liquidate all my stock that I had, even if it was at a loss. I moved it all into crypto and just thought I'd give it a crack. So it's pretty much just picked coins that I thought looked pretty good at the time, put the money on it, and it did go up. But as you know, I didn't take profits. But then as I got into crypto, I realized that the government, they're so greedy with everything that they do. They want a piece of the pie with everything, and the banks. I was reading articles on the Commonwealth Bank here in Australia, and they had made like $9 billion in revenue for 2017, and that was the majority of that was from fees and all that sort of stuff. Right. And I was like, that just really pissed me off, because I hate it when you get big greedy corporations. They keep on taking a cut from the smaller guys, from us homeowners, mortgage owners. So, that was sort of a turning point for me. I sort of went from wanting to make a lot of money to wanting to sort of mess the banks up, you could say, and try and give the power back, as Crypto Mara said, give the power back to the people, because as a community, if we all get together, we can change the way things happen. We can, crypto can be the next revolution in the financial side of things. So, yeah. So basically, the community now is a key player for me. The money's still there. There's still gains to be made, but I'm happy just to right now to look into the community and try and find ways to expand expand our reach, not just with Epic, but with crypto in general. Like the amount of people that I talk to daily, friends, family, just normal people off the street in regards to cryptocurrency. A lot, pretty much 90% of them are like, that they shy away from it. They don't listen. And the other 10% are open-minded and they listen to it. But what they have to understand is cryptocurrency is not something that's, they call it a bubble, they call it this and that, but it's going to be here for the long haul. There's banks are going to have to change the ways that they're doing things. Otherwise, they're just going to end up like a little corner store down the road that is not making as much money as they used to. So.
Yeah, you get it, man. You definitely get it. It's a lot like the internet in its early days. So Crypto is
Definitely.
just kind of infant right now, but it's not going anywhere. That's for sure. If it was a bubble, then it would have crashed to zero by now, and that's not what it is. The bubbles don't retrace and then hold steady. That's not what bubbles do.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
I'm
So
just
what are
curious.
you guys? Oh, go ahead, P.
I was just going to say, I know here in the States, it's kind of vague on the taxation on cryptos right now. How is it in Australia? How do they have any regulation, any kind of taxation laws in place already?
Yeah, they have just introduced some. They're pretty much going off what every other country is doing. They're basically you have to, or they tax crypto to crypto transactions between exchanges. If you sell XRP for Bitcoin and you make a gain, you have to claim that. You have to sort of declare that to the ATO or the Australian Tax Office. So it's very much like the USA, the way they've got it set up, but it's still very grey. There's a lot of grey areas that haven't been covered. So there's a lot of confusion between crypto hodlers and traders and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to take time, obviously, for governments to really sort their crap out and figure out which way they're going to go. But it would have been nice, it would have been nice if we could have had a crypto system here in Australia whereby that they're not looking at the crypto to crypto transactions. They're more focused on crypto to fiat transactions. Like when you cash in your Bitcoin back for Australian dollars, it would have been so much better if they sort of didn't try and take a cut of every little transaction that you do, because it just becomes a pain in the ass when you got to track, 1,000 different crypto to crypto transactions that you may have made in 2 or 3 months, because you're always buying and selling crypto. Now it just makes it a little bit harder for you to make sure that you're complying with the laws. But I'm sure it'll become a lot easier as time goes on. And a lot of the accountants over here in Australia, they're not G'd up on the on all the crypto stuff. Like my accountant, she's got no idea how it works. And there's only very few cryptocurrency accountants around Australia. So it is a grey area still. And I think it'll take a little bit longer for them to sort their stuff out.
Yeah, I totally agree.
What does she think
It's
about it?
growing
Does she see crypto as something that's beneficial? Is she warming up to it because you're one of her clients, or?
Well, it makes her more money.
Yeah, well, I think the majority of these, for my accountant, she doesn't really ask; she just does the work. But
It's a good accountant.
Yeah. So it doesn't ask any
Getting
questions,
paid.
which is good. So, but I think, I think in general, a lot of these, there's a lot of corporate people, accountants, and all that. I've spoken to a few accountants, and they. They're not up for it. They're not up for crypto. They don't see it as a way forward. They think it's just like everyone else, or a lot of the bankers think it's just a bubble. But they will come to a realization sooner or later that cryptocurrency is here to stay, and they probably should have jumped on back in 2018 when they were told about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Marif, are you holding? Do you hold Bitcoin and Ethereum, or do you stick to mainly alts, small caps, that kind of stuff? How do you? I mean, I don't want you to divulge your portfolio, but just for the folks out there, the epic investors, they want to know what else you have your hands in.
I've got some Bitcoin. I don't hold any Ethereum. I don't have a whole lot of Bitcoin. But I hold just mainly small caps, master coin, stuff like that. That passive income coin.
Yeah, Masternode, that's where it's at. Love it. What about you? What do you carry?
So for me, I don't hold any Bitcoin. All my stuff all my Bitcoin is in alts and small caps. I've got quite a few different coins. I've got I am quite heavily into a coin called Dent coin, which is it's basically a way for you to sell your mobile data for Dent coins or Dent tokens, and then those Dent tokens can be traded for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also they're releasing they're releasing their own Dent exchange where you'll be able to exchange all those Dent tokens for fiat, and also be able to use those Dent tokens to purchase iPhones and stuff from telecommunications companies that they've already partnered with. So they've got an app that they've got already. So I'm in Dent. I've got a few different Masternode coins. I'm into one called Secure Cloud Coin, Muro, Paxex. There's a whole range of different coins I'm into, but right now I'm focusing on passive income, which is the Masternode side of things. I like being able to set up the Masternodes, have them running, generate that passive income, and then when the price does appreciate on some of these Masternodes that I have, then slowly being able to sell a little bit of those rewards back and just making selling it back for Satoshis for a bit of Bitcoin, and then if I need to, trading that Bitcoin out for fiat. But our Epic coin is a great coin. We'll get into it a bit later on, but our Epic Trader platform is something that's going to be real killer.
Well, tell us about it. Tell us about Epic Trader.
Well, let's first get into Epic Coin and the bread and butter of it all. So, is it a Masternode coin? Is it a proof of stake coin? Is it a transaction coin? Is it a e-commerce coin? What exactly? What's the initial idea behind it?
So the coin itself is a Masternode and proof of stake coin. 85% of the block rewards go to the Masternodes, and then the other 15% goes to the proof of stake. Right now, it's just for transactions, but we would like to eventually. We're working with some devs now to start building like an e-commerce platform, kind of like an eBay. We just buy and sell using cryptos, and then of course, Epic will be one of those coins that you can sell and buy with.
What's the cost? What's the cost of a Masternode right now with Epic?
Yeah. So right now it's really on Masternodes online. It's really cheap at the moment. So it's just over $260 currently.
Well, everything's super cheap at the moment. So I don't know for those of you guys out there listening. Today is 8/19/2018. So this hopefully, I think for all of us, I think you probably agree. Hopefully, this is among maybe the lowest it will ever be again. Hopefully we've seen the bottom for a long time.
Yeah, I think so. There's been so many altcoins that have taken a huge dive over the last couple of months, but I know with Epic Coin, that I see there's a lot of buy orders on Crypto Bridge, right down in the 180, 200 sat level, and to be honest, it's not going to hit that low. It won't go that low, and with our, we've got a fair few things in the pipeline. And with all this news that's coming out, it's right now for people who are selling. I feel sorry for them because once we start releasing more and more news, they're going to be buying at a premium. So I feel sorry for the dumpers, but it's good for people who want to invest in the coin because it's at a nice price right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. What kind of, so as far as things that you guys have come up in the future, what are you guys able to talk about? Any like partnerships, that kind of things?
So basically only just recently we've just been approved for KYD. So all our devs and team are KYD or Know Your Developer approved or vetted. KYD is a Masternode coin, but their main objective is to vet all the different projects and make sure, how the community likes to know everything about the developers and make sure that they're all solid and all that sort of stuff. KYD takes it to the next level. They actually do all the vetting and they they ensure that the developers aren't dodgy, aren't doing anything dodgy. So they're basically they're allowing cryptocurrencies to remain anonymous, or allowing the devs to remain anonymous, but they're acting like the third party in vetting and verifying the team. So we've just had that approved. What else is there? We've applied for CoinMarketCap, so we're just waiting to hear back from them on that. They've got quite a few coins ahead of us, so we just have to wait for that to be approved. And then I think Merif might have some other stuff to talk about.
Well, what is it? Real quick, for the CoinMarketCap, what is that process like to get onto CoinMarketCap? Is it you doing like an email exchange with these folks, or do they ask for some kind of compensation to be on it, or?
They have an good.
No, you go, brother.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say they have an application you fill out on the website itself, and it used to be that you needed like 100K volume per day to get listed, but they've changed that, and they're kind of concentrating more on the project itself, the team itself, the white paper, and then like also volume 2 and like trading pairs. So they're kind of trying to get back to like the fundamentals instead of just all about trading and false volume and stuff like that. So we fill out the applications, and we're just waiting to hear back from the application, because they do have quite a few coins they're having to sift through.
Okay, yeah, cool.
We did notice there's a few other, I don't see an issue with us getting listed on CoinMarketCap. We just need to wait for them. But there was a couple of other masternode coins that I'm into, and they haven't been around as long as Epic Coin, but they must have applied for CoinMarketCap a little bit before us, because they've already been approved, and they had, their volume wasn't really that great. And to be honest, they're like Epic, we've already got our real use product, you could say, or real use. We've already got our platform up and running, but these other two coins that were listed, they've only got their market viable products won't be available until 2019. So I don't see any issue with us getting listed on CoinMarketCap, but in the end, it's up to what they think.
That's pretty cool. You guys expecting a big pop after that?
With CoinMarketCap, it would be nice to have a bit of a pop, but for us, we're sort of a hidden gem. Not many people know about Epic Coin, and that's one of the reasons why we're on the podcast, to try and get the Epic Coin project out there to the masses, and to show them that, look, there's a decent team behind the project. We've got a decent but small community. And it's a great project to be looking at investing into.
Yeah, this is cool. I mean, I'm checking out the website. The website's epic-coin.io, and this is for being a very small coin, you guys have a legit website. Everything is good. Everything works. There's a lot of small coins out there, and we get them all the time. We have a segment on the show, 3-on-3. Fast break, where we talk about 300 level market cap coins and below, and we have trouble navigating these websites. Hell, last time I think Heston had a website that it had one page.
Yeah.
And so and these are coins that are listed currently on CoinMarketCap. So I think it speaks volumes to what you're saying. When you get listed onto CoinMarketCap and you become searchable on that website, I think that's going to be a whole new level of exposure. Obviously, the exposure from our massive audience here on this podcast as well.
Definitely.
One thing about the point that is very interesting to me is the P2P platform. Could y'all kind of explain that a little bit?
Yeah, so it's the epictrader.io. It's basically a third-party escrow. It's peer-to-peer, and I think we have right around 45 or a little bit above 45 different fiat options you can choose. But we have Bitcoin and Ethereum listed right there right now, and you can you deposit your Bitcoin or Ethereum on the platform. You create an ad asking, what you have and how much you want for it. And then buyers can scroll through. If they want to buy it, they can buy it. And it pulls from, we have PayPal, Western Union, WeChat Pay, Alipay, and like local bank transfers. And those are our payment methods. And it's kind of like, it's really similar to localbitcoin.com. But it's got more fiat options in my opinion.
Yeah, and just further to that, so basically, you set your ad up. You can set an ad to buy or to sell, and then the third party escrow service will basically, you've got the seller wanting to sell Bitcoin, you've got the buyer wanting to buy Bitcoin. The seller will put the ad up, the buyer will come along and click on buy. They'll go through, they'll choose their payment method that they want to pay with. Once they've executed that payment method, it'll sort of, the third party escrow will take over. The seller of the coin will be notified that the purchaser has, they've signed off to say that they've purchased the Bitcoin or the crypto that they're selling, and then it's up to the seller of the crypto to ensure that the money has come through. Once the money's come through, then the seller can release the crypto to the buyer. If for some reason the seller doesn't release the Bitcoin or the crypto to the buyer, but the buyer has transferred the money and it has been transferred and executed and arrived into the seller's account, then with evidence supplied, the purchaser of the crypto can get in contact with the Epic Trader platform, supply the evidence, and then the support staff can execute the transfer of the crypto to the seller. Basically, the buyer of the crypto is covered if they've transferred the fiat to the seller. They can manually override, or they can have the transaction manually overridden to ensure that they get their cryptocurrency that they've paid for. So there is a dispute process that's in place if there's any issues.
And y'all said Bitcoin and Ethereum are currently the two coins that are those the only two at the moment?
Yeah, only two for the moment. The next one will be Epic Coin. And once that does get added, you can actually, the fees that are on the platform, you can pay those fees in Epic Coins, and you also get to take a discount on those fees if you pay in Epic Coin. And that's, the dev is actually has, a lot like the BNB coin. And the developer is actually working on that, getting that coin up, and it should be, hopefully next coming weeks, we'll have it up and running and fully good to go.
Nice. And do y'all take requests? Like if someone was to request them y'all put their coin on there, or what's the process of getting a coin added if somebody wanted to?
It's right now, it's kind of at the developer's discretion. We do have, we'll have an application form that they can fill out, and there'll be a listing fee. He's kind of, we need to add more teams to it. We need more to the team. So as that happens, we can take on more coin requests.
Well, what about partnerships? I know that you guys have some big partnerships coming up. I know that we're not really ready to release that information to the public, and that's fine. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that at a later date. I'd love to have you guys back on the show to talk about that. But what can you give us? Give the people a tease?
So yeah, no names can be said. It's something that we've been working on for, I'd probably say well over a month now. But it's basically just, I hope I don't say too much right now, but it's going to be a way that Epic holders can set up masternodes easily and have like more convenient control and like, more monitoring to them, like wherever they're at. It's just going to make it more, easier and convenient just to keep track of your master nodes and set them up and all that stuff.
I like it.
really
It's
about all I
mysterious.
can say right now.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
No, nobody listens to the show. With you guys, we'll have 2 listeners this week. So you guys are good to go.
There was one more thing. Another good reason to be a masternode hodler for Epic is basically the fees that are generated on the Epic Trader platform. 50% of those fees generated will be dispersed at the end of every quarter back to the masternode holders in the form. Currently, it's in the form of Epic Coin, but we may change the way that those disbursements happen or what coin they're dispersed in. But basically, you as well as getting the block rewards for being a masternode holder, you also get 50% of those fees generated on the platform will be dispersed back to the masternode holders at the end of every quarter.
Very cool. Well, that's exciting. Guys, the coin is called Epic Coin. Go check it out. Their website is epic-coin.io. And Marif, what's the website? What's the website address for the other website?
P2P.
Yeah.
Yeah, the peer-to-peer platform is Epic Trader, EPICTRADER.io. It's all just one word.
Awesome, guys. The coin name is Epic. It trades ticker name as Epic. Algorithm is Epic Protocol. Right now, you got a 50 million supply and a 1% pre-mine. Masternode requirements are 10,000 per node. Block times are about 60 seconds. Block rewards are 20 epics, reducing by 10% each year. And a block reward split 85% masternode, 10% POS, 5% epic governance. That sound about right?
Yeah,
we need to update that last part, the split. We got rid of the governance in the beginning because we wanted to have more rewards back to the community. So we need to update that. My apologies.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So it's not 5% epic governance anymore. So what?
No.
How for those out there? How do you update it? What do we update it with?
It's 85% to masternode holders and then 15% to the proof of stake.
Love it. There. That's very altruistic of you guys. All right, love it. And Marif, we appreciate you guys coming on the show. We hope to have you back here soon. Hopefully, we can talk about some of the big things that are coming up. But you guys are going to show up on CoinMarketCap, and crypto is going to turn around in general over the course of the next 6 months dramatically. So I'm pumped about the coin, and I think you guys should go out there and check it out. We're not paid by Epic Coin, for those of you who are wondering, but what we are is we're supporters of cryptocurrency, and we're supporters of small cap coins who are trying to break into the market and beat out some of these goofy bastards that are out there, scamming people. And so we got to get more. We got to lift up more of our smaller cap coins that are doing the right things, and push out the people who are giving us a bad name. So we appreciate you guys coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having us.
Man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much for that.
All right, guys. And last thing, tell everybody where they can reach out to you guys and how they can get in contact with the coin. What's the best place to find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at the Crypto Marif, one word and all lowercase. And the Twitter for the Epic Coin is at the Epic Coin, and we'll have all of our links that are posted up on the Twitter itself. Discord, I'm on Discord a lot, and then Lovett's on Telegram a lot.
Yeah. So we've got our 2 Telegram channels. So one's an announcement channel, the other one's just a general chit chat, sort of a chinwag channel. That's where all our investors sort of just come and chew the fat. But yeah, for me, you could reach out to me at CryptoLoveit on Twitter. Yeah, we'll post up all our links and everything wherever we can, all over the place, so everyone will find it.
Love it, guys. Well, I appreciate all the time. I appreciate you guys spending the time with us, and we look forward to watching you guys grow. And we'll talk to you soon.
No worries.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Stay decent, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
All righty, guys. Well, we appreciate the Epic team coming on with us. That about wraps things up for this episode of the D special episode, Epic Coin. Be sure to tune in next week where we're going to talk about Dash. We're going to get into crypto detail, and we're going to find out what it takes to get us out of this bear market. Is this a dead cat bounce or not? We'll have the answer for you within 7 days. Uh-oh, not a good sign. Check us out and send comments at DTalk Podcast on Twitter and Facebook. Check us out on iTunes, on iHeartRadio, Spotify, MusicCoin, Google Music, pretty much anything you can listen to a podcast on. YouTube. We're coming out with
tin cans.
videos. If you put a tin can up to your computer and type in decentralizedtalk.com, you'll be able to hear the show.
We're on the AM radio.
We're also on the AM dial. It's a little crackly, but you can get us as long as you don't go under telephone high wattage lines. Links to the website in the description below. Stay decent, cryptos.